Hello everyone. This is kind of odd because you actually think that I'm actually doing like gameplay videos or anything like that, because I actually play like videos on YouTube and everything like that. But in this video, I'm actually gonna talk about like my WrestleMania predictions, because WrestleMania is actually 7 days away, 7 days away, and it's actually this Sunday, and I'm actually excited for it and everything like that. But I actually went to the website and actually kind of wrote down like the whole little match cards of like the scheduled matches. I don't know if they're actually going to be in this order or not, but I'm actually just going to go through the matches and just kind of state my predictions of who I think is going to win. And then I'm just going to kind of talk about like some of the matches and kind of talk about some like my thoughts on the matches or what I think will be cool to actually happen and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to state who I think is going to win and just kind of say some additional stuff about specific matches that I feel that I want to say and kind of talk about. So first is Tons of Funk and the Funkadactyls versus Team Rose Scholars and the Bella Twins. So I think obviously the Tons of Funk and the Funkadactyls are going to win. And the next match, Y2J, or aka Chris Jericho, versus Fandango. Oh, I guess that's how you say his name. But I think I want Chris Jericho to win, but I think Fandango's gonna somehow win since it's his debut or something like that. Unless they actually push him and do something additional with him and have him beat some of these great superstars somehow. I don't know. But next up is Team Hell No versus Ziggler and Big E Langston for the Tag Team Championships. Um, Team Hell No, obviously, I think is gonna win. I think it's just kind of a feeling match. So Ryback versus Henry, I'm actually interested in seeing this match. So I think Ryback is gonna win, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be a draw or some kind of disqualification. I'm thinking, who knows? But I would really like to see this match from start to finish and actually see like an actual winner. Uh, for the Intercontinental Championship, Wade Barrett versus The Miz. I think The Miz is gonna probably win and become the new champion. Even though Wade Barrett is pretty good, and I like both superstars, in my opinion. So, the six-man tag match, Orton, Sheamus, and The Big Show versus The Shield. I think The Shield is going to somehow find a way to topple Orton, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and The Big Show. Or maybe somebody might, either Orton or somebody might just betray the squad, and they might not be able to coexist during the match, and they might just cost each other the win. I mean, cost each other to lose the match against The Shield. Del Rio versus Swagger for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think I'm gonna say I think it's Swagger is gonna win, but I'm thinking I'm 100% sure that Del Rio is probably gonna retain his World Heavyweight Championship, or probably Ziggler's probably gonna cash in either way on the championship match. Next up, Triple H versus Lesnar. Triple H loses, his career's over, and I think obviously they wouldn't do that to Triple H because he's Triple H. So Triple H obviously wins that. He's gonna win that. My favorite match I'm actually looking forward to, and you can tell from the shirt I'm actually wearing, who I think is gonna win, and he's gonna actually break the streak. I think Taker versus Punk. I think CM Punk is gonna win that. I hope he does. I'm feeling that 20-1. And last but not least, the predictable match, Cena versus The Rock, round 2 or part 2, whatever you want to call it. Cena's actually going to probably obviously win because he had a bad year and back in 2012. So I think Cena's probably going to obviously win, but I think it's going to be like over a 45-minute match pretty much, how just as long as it was last year, but probably just a little bit longer. Who knows how Cena's going to beat him? Is The Rock going to tap out, or is he going to actually beat him clean with a pinfall? Who knows? So that's pretty much all the matches scheduled for WrestleMania. But I want to just kind of say some stuff about either just like for both World Heavyweight Championship matches, like pretty both championship matches. I think Ziggler's actually going to cash in on I think he's actually going to cash in on like Del Rio's championship and take the World Heavyweight Championship. But what I would like to actually see is like him actually take it, like have Cena. You can have John Cena win and beat The Rock. It's almost like you can almost tell like both The Rock and John Cena are gonna take each other to the limits, to their absolute best and their limits. So they're both gonna be worn out. So that's kind of key for like for Dolph Ziggler to actually, it's the perfect moment for Dolph Ziggler to cash in. Like, obviously he's gonna lose that silly tag team match. I don't know why they scheduled that. And speaking of that, I would actually like to see what Big E Langston can do in the ring instead of just sitting on the sidelines. But I think it'll be cool for Ziggler to actually take just steal the championship away, the WWE championship away from John Cena, and have like John Cena beat The Rock, and then Ziggler comes in out of nowhere and cashes it in on John Cena and takes the title away from John Cena, and he just crushes John Cena's dreams and everything like that. Like even if he does topple The Rock and he actually beats The Rock, which is probably most likely gonna happen, but they should actually have like Dolph Ziggler actually cash in his Money in the Bank contract and take the WWE Championship instead of just like the World Heavyweight Championship. But I don't know. It's we'll just have to actually see what happens this WrestleMania though. But other than that, I would like to see Dolph Ziggler actually cash in and become a champion, no matter what belt he actually cashes in on. Just becoming a champion, a new champion, a world champion anyway. But the other thing I want to see is I want to see CM Punk break that streak. Because when I actually think of this match, like I think of CM Punk, like he's a legit wrestler. He's cool and he's talented and I think he has a lot of WWE skill, and he's come a long way. Like ever since like if you actually think back, like if he ever since he kind of spoke up about the company, about how WWE doesn't pushes these superstars with all this talent and all this other stuff and have them just like do silly stuff, like Daniel Bryan for example, like he's a tag team champion. He's one of the tag team champions of Team Hell No, but he was a former world heavyweight champion, and now they got him taking like they had him take anger management classes for like entertainment, and just kind of have him doing all this silly stupid stuff, like just wasting his talent, just making him look like a fool of himself, like that, just like what he was saying like that. Like that's perfect. That's a perfect example for you guys to as to what CM Punk was saying. But just like I think CM Punk deserves it. Like ever since he spoke up about the company, he's come a long way, and he held the championship for like 434 days, and that's a long title reign. Like he got the title out, I believe, in sometime in mid 2011, and he dropped it and he lost it to The Rock, and just because he was The Rock, and The Rock did not earn that match, and that's what I was kind of disappointed about. But I'm hoping CM Punk actually beats Undertaker, because I don't really like how Undertaker actually just comes to the ring like every year and he barely wrestles. He comes to WrestleMania for a new opponent, and I really think that somebody like HBK or Triple H should have beat him and broken the streak already. But I guess they were already retiring anyway. Like HBK was already going to retire anyway, so that was pretty much that. But Triple H lost to him 2 times in a row, so I'm hoping Punk can actually take care of business and pull it off. So I'm gonna definitely be wearing this shirt Sunday and actually supporting and rooting for him. So I'm hoping. I don't know what you guys think is gonna happen. So who knows? I guess we'll just have to see. So all I want to say as to conclude this, I want to say I'm feeling that hot 20-1. I'm feeling that Cena's probably gonna win, and hopefully Dolph Ziggler becomes a new champion no matter what he cashes in on. So whatever championship he chooses to cash in on, so probably the World Heavyweight Championship. So go Punk.